everyone, this is Selina. Welcome back to one of my videos. I hope you're well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Selina and I release crochet tutorials and free patterns. And today I'm bringing to you this beautiful and delicate Victorian inspired shawl. It's really easy to crochet and it's really feminine and beautiful. As always, the free pattern will be available on my blog selinaveronique.com. The link is in the description box. And so this is part of my vintage crochet series, and like I said, this is inspired by 19th century European fashion. All the details about the historical context and fun facts are on the blog, so click the link in the description box if you are interested in that. So for this pattern I used this beautiful yarn that I bought. It's called Papatia Angora with merino wool, and I only used 1.5 balls of yarn for this project. It's an amazing yarn. It's 80% acrylic, 20% merino wool, and it's so soft. And as you can see, this is a light lilac color, and it's considered a fine fingering weight yarn, which is also referred to as a size 2 yarn. I will be linking all of the materials in the description box, and this yarn is very similar to one that is available on Amazon, which I will link in the description box. I also used a 4mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle, and that's all you will be needing for this project. I will be speaking in US terms with British terms in brackets. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know if you enjoy this tutorial. And without further ado, I'm just gonna start. Okay, so to begin this tutorial, you are going to be making a slip knot. So just go ahead and make a slip knot. Pop your hook through and tighten. And now you are going to be chaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that you've chained 5, you are going to be counting 1, 2, 3 chains from the hook and place a half double crochet into that 3rd chain. And to create your half double crochet, wrap your yarn around your hook, go into this chain, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Take your yarn and pull through all 3 loops, and the first chain 2 at the beginning counts as a half double crochet. Now go into the next chain with another half double crochet, and go into the next chain, which is also the last chain, with a half double crochet. And so this first row counts as 4 half double crochets, because obviously the first chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. So now that you've done row 1, you are going to be doing row 2. So chain 2, 1 and 2, turn your work, and this counts as your first half double crochet and goes with this first stitch here. And what you are going to be doing is place another half double crochet inside this first stitch. So just go ahead and place another half double crochet into that, and that creates 2 half double crochets together. And now into the next stitch you will be placing a half double crochet, and into the next stitch place a half double crochet, and into the next and last stitch, which is also the chain 2 from the previous row, you are going to be placing 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2, and this counts as 2 half double crochets together in one stitch, and this will look neater as we go along. And now that you've finished row 2, you are going to be chaining 2, 1 and 2, turn your work, and once again this chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. You are going to be placing once again a half double crochet into that same first stitch here, and as you can see, this will create the V shape of the shawl. Now place a half double crochet into each and every stitch across like so, and then now that you've reached the last stitch, which is also the chain 2 from the previous row, you are going to be placing 2 half double crochets together inside this last stitch. And this is what we have. And so we are going to be repeating this process from row to row, and we are going to be placing 2 half double crochets at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. So I'm just going to show you the last time, because obviously you are going to be repeating this row after row. So chain 2, 1 and 2, turn your work, and this counts as your first half double crochet. Place another half double crochet into that same first stitch. Now place a half double crochet into each and every stitch across like so, and once you reach the end of this row, you are going to be placing 2 half double crochets in the last stitch, which is also the chain 2 from the previous row. And so this is what we have. Okay, so just repeat this one row until you have 106 rows in total. And now I'm going to show you how to crochet the edging. So I've not fastened off, as you can see. I finished my last row here, so I'm just going to be popping my hook back into the loop where we finished. Okay, so what we are going to be doing is placing our border on, so this is where we finished, and we are going to go down this part up until the bottom, and then up again, up that V part here. So the V part of the shawl is where we will be placing our border. So I've turned my project round, and I'm going to zoom in just for ease of filming and showing you. So to begin, we will be chaining 1, and this does not count as a stitch. And now we are going to be placing a single crochet into the stitch. So to create a single crochet, just go directly into the stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, take your yarn and pull through both loops, and this creates a single crochet. Now go into the next space or stitch with another single crochet, and this is what I call the wrong side of the stitches. And what I mean by that is that there is no specific stitch into which you can place the single crochet or the stitch, so that means you have to place an even number, if that makes sense. So just find a space, and just place a single crochet into that. So single crochets also have a tendency to tighten a project if it's crocheted onto a border or an edging. So just make sure that you place enough single crochets across your edge so as to not tighten the project. So just go ahead and place all of these single crochets onto the first side of the project, and then I'll show you what to do once we reach the V. Okay, so I've gone all across this first side, the first side of the edging, and I've placed my 205 single crochets across this edge. And so now we are going to be going across the second edge, placing also 205 single crochets across this second edge. So just go ahead and place your 205 single crochets across the second edge. And the reason that number is important is because we need a multiple of 5 for the second row of the edging, which will be a shell stitch edging. So just go ahead and place all your single crochets, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've gone all the way down the other side and placed 205 more single crochets, and now I'm here at the very end, and we are going to be starting row 2 across the 2 sides that we've just placed row on 1 on. So now for this part, chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. I'll just zoom in a tiny bit. There we go. Now place 2 more double crochets inside this stitch, and to create a double crochet, wrap your yarn around your hook, go into that stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, take your yarn and go through 2 loops, and take your yarn and go through 2 loops, and this creates a double crochet. Now go into the same stitch once again with another double crochet, and this creates a cluster of 3 double crochets because the first chain 3 counts as a double crochet. You will be skipping 1 and 2 stitches and going into the next with a single crochet, and now you are going to be skipping 1 and 2 stitches and going into the next with 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and this creates our first full cluster of shells, because this first one here is a half shell. So this is our full shell. Skip 1 and 2 stitches and go into the next with a single crochet. Now skip 1 and 2 single crochets from the previous row and go into the next stitch with 5 single crochets. So 2, 3, 4 and 5, and skip 1 and 2 stitches and go into the next with a single crochet. Skip 1 and 2 stitches and go into the next with 5 double crochets, and just go all across both edges with this simple pattern until you reach the end of both sides. And when you've almost finished this second row, I'll get back to you to show you how to finish this second row. Okay, so I've been around both sides and I've almost finished. As you can see, I have all these stitches left. I finished my last shell stitch. I'm going to skip 2 stitches and go into the next with a single crochet, and then I'm going to skip these 2 stitches and go into the very last stitch here with 3 double crochets, because obviously we are finishing with a half shell stitch, just to be symmetrical with the other side where we began. I'm just fastening off now and pulling my yarn through like this. Okay, so this is the shawl. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was so fun to make. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!